Welcome to Consultier Inc. and Interlink IQ. To conduct a document review, utilizing the Building Materials program under the SQF Module 11.1.2, first check if the document title matches the uploaded file name on the dashboard. In this instance, we do have the same titles as the Building Materials program. Next, both must have the same document code. For this example, we do have 11.1.2P0. Since this is a template, we indicate the PCQI as the account initials. However, we can customize the code based on the company's initials. For the page number, we use the page X of Y format. Ensure that it reflects the current page position and the total page number of the document. Then insert the company logo here, together with the company name, the company address, and enter the designated department. For the originated by section, it can be the food safety, quality assurance, or the quality control personnel of the company. The originator ensures the implementation of the quality management and document control system. Enter the name of the originator, affix the signature, input the position title, and the date originated. For the reviewed by section, it can be the personnel assigned in the quality management department who reviews the drafted document or its revision for accuracy and implementation. Enter the name of the reviewer, affix the signature, input the position title, and the date reviewed. For the approved by section, it must be the person in the C-level management who has approval authority. Enter the name of the approver, affix the signature, input the position title, and the date approved. The revision date is the same as the date originated or drafted by the author. The effective date is the date the document was signed and approved. The publication date is when the document is published for distribution and initiated personnel training. The implementation date is when the document is distributed and personnel training is completed. For the supersedes, put original for the initial issuance of the document. For any revisions, reflect the initial revision date before the current revision. Please be reminded that this section must be properly filled out to be compliant. Now we will focus on the components of the program. First is purpose. The purpose is the implementation of any certification standard or compliance with a regulatory requirement. For this program, it is for implementation with the SQF Module 11 Edition 9 for food manufacturing under Class 11.1.2. First, to implement SQF 11.1.2.1, floors shall be constructed of smooth, dense, impact-resistant material that can be effectively graded, drained, impervious to liquid, and easily cleaned. Floors shall be sloped to floor drains at gradients suitable to allow the effective removal of all overflow or wastewater under normal working conditions. Where floor drainage is not available, plumbed options to handle the overflow of wastewater shall be in place. Second, to implement SQF 11.1.2.2, drains shall be constructed and located so they can be easily cleaned and not present a hazard. Third, to implement SQF 11.1.2.3, waste trap system shall be located away from any handling areas or entrances of the premises. Fourth, to implement SQF 11.1.2.4, walls, partitions, ceilings, and doors shall be of durable construction. Internal surfaces shall have an even and regular surface and be impervious with a light-colored finish and shall be kept clean. Wall-to-wall and wall-to-floor junctions shall be designed to be easily cleaned and sealed to prevent the accumulation of food debris. Fifth, to implement SQF 11.1.2.5, ducting, conduit, and pipes that convey ingredients, products, or services such as steam or water shall be designed and constructed to prevent the contamination of food, ingredients, and food contact surfaces and allow ease of cleaning. A risk analysis shall be conducted to ensure food contamination risks are mitigated. Sixth, To implement SQF 11.1.2.6, pipes carrying sanitary waste or wastewater that are located directly over product lines or storage areas shall be designed and constructed to prevent the contamination of food, materials, ingredients, and food contact surfaces and shall allow ease of cleaning. A risk analysis shall be conducted to ensure food contamination risks are mitigated. Seventh, to implement SQF 11.1.2.7, doors, hatches, and windows and their frames in food processing, handling, or storage areas shall be of a material and construction that meets the same functional requirements as for internal walls and partitions. Doors and hatches shall be of solid construction, and windows shall be made of shatterproof glass or similar material. Eighth, to implement SQF 11.1.2.8, product shall be processed and handled in areas that are fitted with a ceiling or other acceptable structure that is constructed and maintained to prevent the contamination of products. Drop ceilings, where present, shall be constructed to enable monitoring for pest activity, facilitate cleaning, and provide access to utilities. And ninth, to implement SQF 11.1.2.9, stairs, catwalks, and platforms in food processing and handling areas shall be designed and constructed so they do not present a product contamination risk and with no open grates directly above exposed food product surfaces. They shall be kept clean. Second is scope. The scope of the program is based on the purpose and serves as a guide in defining and describing the layout of the procedure. It includes construction of the material and surfaces, floors, drains, and waste traps, walls, partitions, doors, and ceilings, and stairs, catwalks, and platforms. Third is policy. The policies are the rules set by the company as their implementation guide. 1. The construction of the material and surfaces used at the site is constructed in a way that would be easily cleanable and prevent contamination to the finished product or the process. Under that, the main feature of an acceptable product contact surface is that it is impervious, non-corrodable, smooth, easy to clean, light-colored, non-toxic, and impact-resistant. Stainless steel, aluminum, hot-dip galvanized steel, fiberglass, polyvinyl chloride, and nylon are examples of approved product contact surfaces. Second, the floors, drains, and waste traps are designed and constructed in such a way as to minimize the risk to product or process safety. Drains are easily accessible for cleaning. Grates are removable for access and cleaning. Documentation of floor materials is included in the site plan or description of the plant or processing area. Floors are provided with proper drainage. Drains are positioned and constructed to allow the effective removal of overflow or wastewater under normal working conditions. Lastly, where drainage and gradients are not ideal, a written SOP addresses the timely and effective removal of wastewater to a drain. Third, the floors, partitions, doors, and ceilings are designed and constructed in such a way as to minimize the risk to product safety and, in some instances, to offer protection to the product. Under that, floor junctions are rounded to enable easy cleaning and prevent the buildup of waste. Also, walls, partitions, doors, and ceilings are described in the site plan and are kept clean. Ceiling design and construction do not pose a threat of product contamination. Wall-to-ceiling, wall-to-wall, and wall-to-floor junctions are sealed and easy to clean. Fourth, windows close to processing areas and skylights that are located immediately above product processing or packaging areas are constructed of shatterproof material or otherwise covered to prevent glass or plastic fragments from entering the product or packaging. Window ledges are sloped downwards for ease of cleaning and to prevent their use for unwanted storage of utensils or other materials. Fifth, doors routinely subjected to water are of solid construction. impact-resistant, non-corrosive materials preferably with a smooth, light-colored surface. Doors between processing rooms used to transport food for processing are protected against damage by crates, trolleys, forklifts, or similar traffic. Sixth, walls with cement render and smooth finish glaze tiles, fabricated insulated panels, or similar materials are example of acceptable surfaces. Where light-colored finishes do not exist, a written standard operating procedure addresses the timely and effective inspection of the adequacy of cleaning and resultant corrective actions when discrepancies are noted. Seventh, service ducting, conduit, and pipes are constructed to avoid buildup of debris, prevent rodent runs, and allow ease of cleaning. Eighth, drop ceilings, if used, are checked and cleaned regularly. Where drop ceilings are not used, cleaning regimes and inspections check for dust on ledges, loose fittings, glass windows, light fittings, or other areas where dust can accumulate and fall onto the product. And ninth, stairs, platforms, and catwalks are designed and constructed so as not to pose a contamination risk. The materials used are rust-proof and easily cleaned. Solid side plates are installed and the stairs have slip-resistant tread. Stairs, platforms, and catwalks are kept clean and not used to store tools and equipment. Fourth is procedure. The procedure is the step-by-step process and the actual implementation of the policy. Under procedure is construction of the material and surfaces. The construction of the material and surfaces used at the site are constructed in a way that would be easily cleanable and prevent contamination to the finished product and the process. The main feature of the acceptable product contact surface is that it is impervious, non-corrodable, smooth, easy to clean, light-colored, non-toxic, and impact-resistant. Stainless steel, aluminum, hot-dipped galvanized steel, fiberglass, polyvinyl chloride, and nylon are examples of approved product contact surfaces used at the establishment. All other surfaces are capable of being kept clean and light-colored. Facility checklist. First is, the plant layout is such that the exposed product is adequately protected from contamination. Next, interior floors, walls, and ceilings are kept clean and in good repair, no standing waters. Floors are well drained, smooth, and clean. Seams between floors and walls are sealed. Ceilings, walls, and overhead equipment are non-porous, cleanable, in good repair, free of loose caulking, rust, or holes. Penetration for pipes, cords, etc. must be sealed. Overhead structures are maintained clean and protected to prevent product contamination. Ceiling and wall penetrations are sealed. Ceiling and wall openings not in use are sealed. All walls, ceilings, and fans are free of condensation, clean, and good repair. Insulation material used on pipes is smooth and easy to clean. Ceiling to wall joints is sealed. Pipe and line supports are made of proper materials. All fans, fan guards, and ducts are clean and maintained. Restrooms are well ventilated, well lit, orderly, self-closing doors, and wash hands signs. Lastly, electrical installations are in good repair and sealed. Installations will be sealed to the wall or offset to allow for cleaning. Next is floors, drains, and waste traps. The floors, drains, and waste traps are designed and constructed in such a way as to minimize the risk to product or process safety, such as drains are easily accessible for cleaning, grates are removable for access and cleaning. Practices demonstrated to assess the risks to products and to control those identified food safety risks. Under that, floor grading for proper drainage and prevention of standing water. Next, Documentation of floor materials in the site plan or description of the plant or processing area. Floors provided with proper drainage. Drains are positioned and constructed to allow the effective removal of overflow or wastewater under normal working conditions and are cleaned weekly along with the grease traps. And, where drainage and gradients are not ideal, mopping and the use of a squeegee address the timely and effective removal of wastewater to a drain. Next, walls, partitions, doors, and ceilings. Designed and constructed in such a way as to minimize the risk to product safety and, in some instances, to offer protection to the product. The extent to which these elements are relevant will depend on the type of processes housed and whether the product is enclosed or exposed. 1. Walls, partitions, doors, and ceilings are described in the site plan, which you may refer to blueprints. Second, ceiling design and construction did not pose a threat of product contamination. Third, wall-to-ceiling, wall-to-wall, and wall-to-floor junctions are sealed and cleanable. Fourth, walls, partitions, doors, and ceilings are kept clean. Fifth, windows, food processing areas. Under windows, glass windows are part of our foreign matter control program. Identify any windows that could pose a hazard to unpackaged product and primary packaging if shattered, which you may refer to glass register. Second, windows away from the immediate processing areas are generally not recognized as posing a hazard to packaged food. Third, windows close to processing areas and skylights that are located immediately above product processing or packaging areas can pose a hazard. Such windows must be constructed of shatterproof materials or otherwise covered to prevent glass or plastic fragments from entering the product or packaging. And fourth, window ledges need to be sloped downwards for ease of cleaning and to prevent their use for unwanted storage of utensils or other materials. Next, doors routinely subjected to water are of solid construction, impact-resistant, non-corrosive materials preferably with a smooth, light-colored surface. Doors between processing rooms used to transport food for processing are protected against damage by crates, trolleys, work lifts, or similar traffic. Next is cleanability. 1. For efficiency and ease of cleaning, walls with cement render and smooth finish glaze tiles, fabricated insulated panels, or similar materials are examples of acceptable surfaces. Where light-colored finishes do not exist, a written standard operating procedure shall address the timely and effective inspection of the adequacy of cleaning and resultant corrective actions when discrepancies are noted. 2. It is recommended that if light-colored finishes do not exist, an inspection is included in the internal audit and/or cleaning sanitation schedule. Where floor junctions in facilities are not rounded to enable easy cleaning and prevent the buildup of waste, a written SOP shall address the cleaning protocol to meet acceptable hygienic standards for these areas. 3. Service ducting, conduit, and pipes ideally need to be recessed into walls or ceilings, suspended from ceilings, housed inside drop ceilings with vertical drops to their point of use, or mounted a sufficient distance from walls or ceilings. In other words, they should be constructed to avoid buildup of debris, prevent rodent runs, and allow ease of cleaning. 4. Drop ceilings offer some advantages and disadvantages. They can provide a clean, smooth, impervious ceiling surface in the processing area and an area for service runs. However, they can also allow for an out-of-sight, out-of-mind mentality and can accumulate dust and provide harborage for pests. Drop ceilings, if used, are checked and cleaned regularly. And fifth, where drop ceilings are not in use, cleaning regimes and inspections must check for dust on ledges, loose fittings, glass windows, light fittings, or other areas where dust can accumulate and fall onto the product. Lastly, under procedure is stairs, catwalks, and platforms. All stairs, catwalks, and platforms that are positioned over any portion of the processing area where the product is exposed shall be constructed not to present a product contamination risk. The materials used need to be rust-proof and easily cleaned. Solid side plates shall be installed and the stairs shall have slip-resistant tread. Stairs, platforms, and catwalks shall be kept clean and not used to store tools and equipment. Next is responsibility. The responsibility of the person is indicated. It covers what to perform to comply with the procedure or the policy. For the senior site management, to ensure and verify this policy and procedure is adhered to and take corrective action to ensure compliance with this policy. For the quality department, they are responsible for the verification of the SSOPs for the floors, drains, and waste traps, walls, partitions, doors, and ceilings, stairs, catwalks, and platforms. Validate training and adherence to policy and procedure. And monitor and document nonconformance observation is also known as discrepancy, using corrective and preventive action form. For the maintenance department, ensure compliance to the requirement of design and construction of building facility. And for the sanitation department, responsible for the implementation of the SSOPs for the floors, drains, and waste traps, walls, partitions, doors, and ceilings, stairs, catwalks, and platforms. Sixth, corrective action. The corrective action is the process of taking appropriate steps to eliminate causes of nonconformities or other undesirable situations. If found any nonconformance in the implementation of the program, train all personnel on this policy. And noncompliance will require retraining or dismissal from job duties or termination of employment. And 2, if a part of the site imposes a food safety risk, the following corrective action is performed: redesign and reconstruction, and update blueprints. 7th, review quality. The review section serves as guidelines for conducting the annual or periodic review. It includes knowledge of local, state, and federal regulations on the construction and operation of food premises. The site has been approved by relevant authorities for construction. The site is approved by relevant authorities for production or processing or storage of the applicable products. Approval has been sought and given for changes to facilities or equipment. Food contact surfaces are constructed of materials that do not pose a food safety risk. Non-food contact surfaces are constructed of materials that do not pose a food safety risk. Floors are smooth and easy to clean. Floors are correctly graded to allow for water runoff. Floors are made of appropriate, smooth, dense, impact-resistant material. There are no areas of water pooling or buildup. Procedures are in place to deal with floor areas that are not correctly designed or constructed. Drain locations do not pose a safety risk. Drain constructions does not pose a safety risk. Waste traps are located away from food handling areas or entrances to the site. Walls and partitions are of sound construction and made of suitable materials. Doors are of sound construction for the volume and type of traffic. Ceilings are of sound construction and made of suitable materials. Walls, partitions, ceilings, and doors are kept clean. Where a drop ceiling is used, the area is kept clean and tidy. Service lines are designed and constructed for ease of cleaning. The condition of walls, partitions, doors, ceilings does not pose a food safety risk. Stair, catwalk, and platform design and construction does not pose a food safety hazard to the product. Stairs, catwalks, or platforms near open products have kickboards installed. Stairs, catwalks, or platforms over open products are not constructed of open mesh. And stairs, Catwalks or platforms are kept clean and tidy, with no accumulated trash, tools, or equipment. Eighth is reference documents. The reference documents are the set of documents used to implement and monitor a program, policy, or procedure. It includes Plant and Grounds, Plant and Construction Design Program, the Plant and Grounds Program, the Plant and Grounds Waste Treatment and Disposal Program, Cleaning and Sanitation Program, and the Site Map. Ninth, references. The reference section is composed of guides utilized to implement the program. Examples are the Certification Guide, regulations, and other widely accepted scientific journals, research, and the like. It must comply with the standard format citation, which can be based on either MLA, APA, or Chicago style, and update the access date. Lastly, history. The history section is where we can update the program if there are any changes or revisions made in the document. If there is a revision, enter the revision number, followed by the revision date, the description of the change made, then the name of the author or the originator, and the title or department of the author or the originator. Thank you for participating in this document review. Content presented are for training purposes only and are based on the interpretation of standards and best practices and must be customized for your intended use. To fully customize your programs, policies, procedures, forms for records, and lessons for training, you may contact Interlink IQ or Consultier Inc. at services@interlinkiq.com or simply call 202-982-3002. For free access, visit interlinkiq.com.